A crisis over tea. In 1773, the British East India Company faced ruin. To save the company, Parliament passed the Tea Act. This law allowed the company a virtual monopoly or sole control of the trade for tea in America. The act let the company sell tea directly to shopkeepers and bypass colonial merchants who normally distributed the tea. Colonial merchants called for a new boycott. Colonists vowed to stop the East India Company's ships from unloading. The Daughters of Liberty issued a pamphlet declaring that rather than part with freedom, we'll part with our tea. The Boston Tea Party. Despite warnings of a brewing crisis, the East India Company shipped tea to a number of colonial cities. The colonists forced the ships sent to New York and Philadelphia to turn back. Three tea ships arrived in Boston Harbor in late 1773. The royal governor refused to let the ships leave and ordered them to be unloaded. The Boston Sons of Liberty acted swiftly. On December 16th, a group of men disguised as Mohawks boarded the ships at midnight. They threw 342 chests of tea overboard, an event that became known as the Boston Tea Party. Word of this act of defiance spread. Colonists gathered to celebrate, yet no one spoke of challenging British rule. Most colonists saw themselves as British citizens. The Intolerable Acts. When the news of the Boston Tea Party reached London, King George III realized that Britain was losing control of the colonies. He declared, "We must master them or totally leave them alone." The British government responded by passing the Coercive Acts in 1774. These harsh laws were intended to punish the people of Massachusetts for their resistance to British law. The Coercive Acts closed Boston Harbor until Massachusetts colonists paid for the ruined tea. This action prevented the arrival of food and other supplies that normally came by ship. Worse, the laws took away certain rights. For example, the laws banned most town meetings in New England. The Coercive Acts also forced Bostonians to shelter soldiers in their homes. Parliament planned to isolate Boston with these acts. Instead, the other colonies sent food and clothing to support Boston. Colonists held that the Coercive Acts violated their rights as English citizens. These rights included no quartering of troops in private homes, no standing army in peacetime. Parliament then passed the Quebec Act. This law set up government for Quebec. It also gave Quebec the area west of the Appalachians and north of the Ohio River. This provision ignored colonial claims to the area. Colonists expressed their feelings in their name for the new laws, the Intolerable Acts.